Who got there first? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Happy Monday. Danny got there first. Happy Monday, Mr. David Burrows. Happy Monday, Danny Cucciamilio. And love it. I love the picture. That's by the new house, right? That why you're so excited with the thumbs up there. And I'm guessing you're working, not working, because you're not working because you should be on the phone selling cars. You're not working because you're watching the show. Thanks for being here. Carl Freeman, all the way from Oshawa, Ontario. As always, happy Monday to you as well, Carl. And whoever else is watching, please don't be afraid to say hello in the comments. Let us know how you're doing. Always working like Danny Cucciamilio. You got to have some playtime. I know what kind of playtime you have right now. It's coming, right? Just do this. Create your life, Danny. Boy, oh boy, if you're watching this live, it's beginning to look a lot like, we got lots of snow out there. Mother Nature showed up. And I'm actually very excited because I got to go out and play with my snowblower today. And I'm likely going to have to go out and play with my snowblower again tonight. Wow. Supposed to get another like five-ish centimeters of snow. Is that what it's saying? There's already 5 out there. And I shoveled the sidewalk so when Jennifer comes home, she won't slip, And then the city, if there was another job that I would want, I think I'd want to be those guys that get in those little snow plows, the sidewalk snow plows, and they go down and they just la-di-da-di-da, down they go the sidewalk, and then they go down another sidewalk. You could put the AirPods in and crank the tunes and stop at the Tim Hortons. I'd want the route where there's if they're going to give me a route, there's got to be a Tim Hortons or a Blackwater Coffee, even better. Give me the route where Blackwater Coffee is downtown. And then I could go down there, stop, get my Blackwater Coffee. And they make amazing hot chocolate. Amazing hot chocolate. I had one a couple of weeks ago. And I forgot the marshmallows. But Dave said next time he'd make sure. You had 55 centimeters of snow a week ago. Wow. 55 centimeters. That's like, how many inches is that? Alexa, convert 55 centimeters to inches.
55 centimeters is about 21.7 inches.
Come on. Was it that much, really? That's craziness to have that many pieces of snow lying around. Ronnie Fraser gave us a thumbs up. Hey, Ronnie. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay, well, it's I keep saying it. I need a drum roll. I'm gonna give you you want a dad joke? If you want dad jokes, put a yes in the comments. Yes in the comments for a dad joke. Maybe 2. I could give you 2. I got 365 right here. I read the dad jokes in my and when I teach, kind of lightens up the mood and everything, right? Dad joke. Dad joke number 1. Here we go. Should I have music? Let me try something here. Toronto's still digging out, eh? Wow. Insane. We have I've got music clips here. Let me see. What do you guys think? Should we play it's a new feature. I got music. I don't even know this one's interesting. I don't know. Do I need music? Subtle music? There we go. Just the sound of my voice is all you need. I know that. Okay. Toronto's still digging out, eh? Yeah. Where we saw Doug Ford going out and helping and then kind of getting in trouble for helping. At the end of the day, I was like, he was helping. Come on. Okay. All right. Let's do the dad joke. Let's do the dad joke. What's the tallest building? What's the tallest building? Who wants to answer that? What's the tallest building? The library, because it has so many stories. I don't write them, folks. I don't write them at all. It's not a comedy show, I know. But all right. We're having fun, and that's good. Mondays are good. Every day is good. And I'll tell you what else was good is saying thank you to our supporters. Hughes Intelligence Security Specialist been supporting us for many years here on the show and at our Sarnia Sting games. And we're going to talk about some fun things that Sarnia Sting's doing and some fun things that I've implemented at the Sarnia Sting just to keep it a little more interactive. So thank you, Hughes Intelligence, for allowing us. Well, I'll just say it now. We go live from the Hughes Intelligence Hockey Suite at the hockey games, even though spectators are not allowed there right now. That's coming. Of course, the Sarnia Sting has not announced just how they're going to handle the new guidelines. Expect that over the next few days. That's as far as I can tell you with that. But I go live up there like I did my pregame and my intermissions. And now I create a audio chat room while the game is on. So you can join from your mobile device, come into the audio chat room, just listen to myself. Jay Peckham joined me, Laura Domingos joined me, and you can join me if you want to talk about the game while you're watching it from home, or just come in and talk about the players and what you know about OHL hockey. So it's only allows 50 people in there, but we'd like to pack that the next time we're there, which will be on January 30th. So let's look and listen for the audio room that will show up in my Facebook group, The Show with David Burrows. And again, thanks to our friends at Hughes Intelligence for allowing us to broadcast from their hockey suite up there. And thanks to the Sarnia Sting for allowing us to be there as media. Here in Signs SWO, a part of the AG Event Graphics group of companies. Thanks to them for 10 years of support. Joe's Discount Tire. I've been telling you for weeks, go to Joe's Discount Tire, get your snow tires, because all seasons is not really all seasons. So I don't know why they call them all seasons. But I bet you wish you had snow tires today, right? You can go see Joe's Discount Tire for that. And our friends at Tourism Sarnia-Lambton officially coming on board. They've always been supporters, but now an official partner here on the show and for the broadcasts at the Sarnia Sting. Speaking of the Sarnia Sting, wow, it's been a really interesting year for them. It's been an interesting year just for OHL hockey in general, of course. But the Sarnia Sting been having a rough go in the beginning, but now they're picking up the pace here. And a new rivalry, I think, maybe between Sarnia Sting and Owen Sound. This would be the fourth time this past Friday that the Sarnia Sting would face Owen Sound after taking a brutal beating the last time they were here. Losing 5-0. Before that, 4-0 would be us. Like, it's just been back and forth with these two teams. Two very close ranked teams in their divisions, and some hard lessons learned playing Owen Sound. But on Friday, they would have their first shootout of the season against the Owen Sound attack, and unfortunately come up short. Owen Sound would win the shootout to make it a final score of 4-3. But what an incredible game it was. And then Sunday, they went down to Owen Sound and said, well, we want the same score, but we won this time. So it was 4-3 for the Sting this time around, and some great hockey in there. Wainwright with his first OHL goal, so he was excited for that. So a lot of positives coming out of that in Owen Sound. Now we'll see what happens when they come back to Sarnia to play Kitchener on January the 30th. Now, Sarnia Sting being great community partners in between. So they played Friday, and then Saturday they wanted to play some more hockey. Look at this. They went down to Canatera Park to the frozen Lake Chippewa, where several hundred people have been skating and playing around, and unannounced in partnership with Imperial Esso, they showed up and skated with the kids down there. They just showed up in the batter bus line, the Sting bus, and you can imagine. I didn't know they were doing this. I wish I could have went down. I don't skate, but I could have slid around maybe. But they were passing the puck around with the kids and serving hot chocolate, and just great to see, another showcase of the community partners that the Sarnia Sting and Imperial Esso are to our community, and a lot of happy, smiling faces. I did know somebody that was down there, and they were like, you wouldn't believe the excitement and the cheers when the Sarnia Sting bus pulled up, and the kids were just filled with joy down there. So that was fantastic to see. So kudos to the Sarnia Sting for being in there and doing that. All right. So, Carl, they're still digging out in Toronto. Are you out there helping to dig? Yeah, we don't have it that bad here yet, I think, but I mean, it's coming down, but at least it's not like blowing really crazy or anything like that, right? Okay. Don't forget to check me out on YouTube. Some more things coming there, adding some new things in there, weekly, actually. So make sure you're subscribed. And of course, hello to our friends who are watching us on LinkedIn Live. We're now official partner with LinkedIn Live as well. So that's fantastic. And I forgot to say too, just somebody asked me, like, can you still get merchandise of the Sarnia Sting? Yeah, simply go to sarniasting.com to get more information about that. You can still purchase your 50/50 tickets online as well. So make sure you go to sarniasting.com and learn more about that and help give your support there. All right. Well, tonight is exciting as well. If you're a Heavy Rescue fan, Heavy Rescue 401 is making its season 6 premiere tonight. And I'm very happy to say and announce that I will be interviewing Colin. We usually do it on a Friday. We've been doing it once a month, but tonight we thought we would go live before the season 6 premiere of Heavy Rescue 401. So I'll be having a Q&A with Colin Vandenhoevel from Preferred Towing, and of course, one of the stars of Heavy Rescue 401, and Andrew Vink, a star of Heavy Rescue 401, and also from Herb's Towing is going to join us. And we might have some other surprises in there for you tonight as well. I'm thinking maybe Gary might show up, and you never know who's going to tease. So you got to come and watch tonight. It's going to be live on Facebook Live, on the Show with David Burrows, the Video Show Network, on Colin's Facebook page. It'll be live on the Preferred Towing Facebook page, and we'll be live on YouTube, Twitter, and you might not want to miss this, right? We're going to have some fun, and we're going to have some cool guests. But officially right now, Andrew Vink. But I'm just saying, you never know who else might show up. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, we'll do that for an hour starting at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern on the Discovery Channel, we will see season 6 premiere of Heavy Rescue 401. I am so excited for this. And I just hope that Colin can show up, because I'm looking outside thinking like he might be pretty busy today with all that snow. So I'm hoping he can still show up. He'll be there. I promise you that for sure. All right, well, let's get on to my first guest. Always a pleasure. No introduction needed here. Here's my friend Dave Brown from United Way Sarnia-Lambton. Hello, Dave.
Hello, David. How are you?
I'm fantastic as always. I'm excited because twice in one day I'll probably get to play with my snowblower.
Yes, that's awesome. And I'm really looking forward to your show at 7 o'clock with Heavy Rescue 401. I can put rumors to bed that I will not be on the show. Colin.
Yeah, well, you can join and ask questions if you want.
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, we're really excited for that, and Colin and I have been talking about that for a while. He's like, we should do something special for their season 6 for Preferred Towing in there, and that's really exciting to see for someone.
So those times again, David, you're going to be on at 7, and then Discovery at 10.
Yeah, we're going to be live online at 7 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock, the Heavy Rescue premiere will be on Discovery Channel. Yeah.
Great. I look forward to that as well.
Awesome. So speaking of looking forward, I've been looking forward to having you back because we've got some numbers to share. Maybe not the numbers we were looking for.
Yeah, a lot has happened since you and I last spoke before Christmas, David. Our campaign did fall short, and it wasn't a huge surprise to us going into November. But what was a surprise, and it was a positive surprise, is where we ended up. We ended up at 94.1%, which was phenomenal. That works out to 1,647,000. So we're about 100,000 short of the goal. But I could tell you that end of November going into December, we were afraid we're going to be as much as 10% behind. And that's based on what we were seeing, based on what some of the other United Ways, other organizations were doing. Okay. But then, with thanks to the show and other local media, which has been fantastic to the United Way and countless other charitable organizations, we got that extra 4% in December. Your viewers might be interested to know, Dave, that, we said in December, there's a large amount of money comes in between Christmas and New Year's. We actually had 1% of the entire campaign come in between Christmas and New Year's, almost $17,000 strictly through online giving. So we were and that's been growing over the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So we're really happy with that. We're thrilled that the community has their faith in us to identify what agencies and what community groups are most in need. And so, yeah, we spent a lot of time developing a process to identify what agencies and programs are going to receive how much money.
Okay. Now, sadly, though, I wanted to mention, unfortunately, that there were some programs, and this is kind of the tough part of not just your job, really, but the board's job to decide on. There was 5 programs that had to be cut, right?
That's right. In fact, during the entire campaign, I mean, the campaign is always the United Way public piece, but we also had a number of volunteer groups meeting with agencies, going over budgets, looking at needs assessments and service stats and all that kind of thing at the same time. So when we announced what our campaign goal, our campaign achievement was going to be in early January, those groups were always in close communication. They knew about how much money would be available, and we can instantly tell the agencies as soon as possible how much money they'll be getting. And of course, that funding begins April 1st. So they've got almost 3 months notice so that they can plan for either no funding, reduced funding, first time funding, or an increase in funding.
Right. So what is, moving forward from all of this now, will these groups that are missing out, I guess, will they get an opportunity to reapply in the future, or how does that work for them?
Absolutely. In fact, we've gone from 3-year funding down to 1 year. So any community organization that's in good standing with CRA, that has a local board of directors, can apply for funding. Not just the 16 that we're funding now or the 5 others that were reduced, but any charitable organization that's meeting a new need in our community. And we do that, David, for 2 reasons. One, to give those agencies that were cut a second opportunity to come back, because we recognize they're running fantastic programs and services. It just comes down to how much money we had available largely. But there may also be another organization that's new to United Way that's seeing a big need in service because of COVID or because of inflation or whatever. They could apply. We want to get away from that closed shop mentality that anybody, any organization in the community can apply for funding, not only for the annualized funding, but for our critical services grant, which allows agencies to apply at any time through the year if they find themselves in some kind of an emergency situation. And
that's really important, I think, because, you sort of led into it a little bit there, like needs change over time in a community, aside from pandemic, but we just, different situations are created in our community. And also, I think maybe, the fact that you look for new organizations kind of gives, we want people to be creative, or organizations to be creative with this too, like go seek out. And it doesn't always have to be a brand new idea, right? It could be an adaptation of an existing, but maybe it is an improved idea upon an existing one. Is that right?
You're absolutely right, David. We're looking for creative means of organizations, and it may mean creative partnerships with other organizations to work together for a better community. And to your point, one of the new funded programs we're going to be funding sometime in the summer or early fall is through the Another Good Shepherd. It's what they call their micro loans program, and this would be, I think, the only the 3rd program of its kind in Canada. We all know these cash stores or payday loans and whatnot, which really pry after the most vulnerable in our community. Yeah. But we're gonna, and yet some folks who may be limited income, they literally need a loan for 2 or 3 days from the time the bill is due or the rent is due to the time their payday. So they can now apply beginning in, as I say, in the summer or early fall. They could apply to the the Good Shepherd. And they will facilitate what we would call a payday loan, only at far less the fees, far less the costs than what one of those cash stores would cost. Right. That enables those people who are at limited income can keep more of their own money. So we're really excited to be a part of that. And we're hoping that that's going to prevent people from falling in.
That is exciting because, I won't get into how I feel about those cash stores. Like, they shouldn't exist, in my opinion, quite honestly. Like, because you talked about the fees there, like they're so great that sometimes it actually puts people further behind, but they got to eat, they got to do the other, the necessities in life. So this is a nice program to see come about.
Absolutely, those families and geared income seniors from time to time face some really tough decisions. And if the United Good Shepherd, and through its partnership with United Way Funding, can in the fall get together and again allow them to keep more of their own money to help them during that short-term hump, then I think that's fantastic.
Especially just coming out of Christmas time. I mean, really, it seems like it was so long ago, but really, the credit card bills don't come till February or whatever, or you're just trying to play catch up because you didn't want to, leave the child out not having that toy that they wanted, or deciding on do I buy milk or toiletries, really,
or maybe your gas tank is on E and your part-time job is in Strathroy.
Right.
This enables you to get some money to pay at the pumps, and we know that that's increasing all the time. And I think, when the Good Shepherd, and I give them full credit for coming to us with this idea, and they had the service stats to back up what they could do. When you look at the fact that we're hearing interest rates are likely going to go up in 2022, I think it makes a program like that even more needed in a community like Sarnia-Lambton. So, that was really to your point of some creative means of helping the people who are most in need in our community.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we got through last year's campaign. We've come up short. What's next? We got to keep the money rolling in somehow.
We will be. We've already talked to some of the local businesses who did some cross promotions with us last year. That was very effective, and we hope that that's going to continue, and early indications are looking good. We're going to be talking with a couple of other United Ways who are very good with direct mail and unaddressed mail, rad mail, some groups would call it, just so we can maybe we can fine tune some of our direct mail. We're seeing more and more a link between our direct mail and our online giving campaign, where people get the mail and now they donate online. In fact, we've seen a huge growth just last year to this year through that method. So we're going to see if we can fine tune that a little bit, given that more people in our community are retired than maybe there were 5 years ago. Certainly, we know people are working from home more now than in the office, and we've got some at-home businesses. So we want to make sure that we can get to those folks as most conveniently as we can. And of course, soon we'll be talking to our major industry, lining up campaigns, making sure everything's a go there. And more of them are going with online campaigns as opposed to the traditional paper pledge cards.
Right. So that I guess that means that you have relationships with a lot of the other United Ways then too. Is there a lot of do all the United Ways kind of meet once a year or something and share ideas, or how does that work?
We used to back a number of years ago. We used to get together provincially and then nationally for some certain workshops. Over the years, that went to every second year, just to keep costs low. I mean, we all want to keep costs as low as we can. Yeah. And then, of course, the pandemic came, and then we started doing some Zooms. We haven't gotten together as a national or even a provincial organization in person in over 3 years. It's going to be at least another year or two before we do again. But we do get together with Zoom and Microsoft Teams. In fact, the 10 United Ways in southwestern Ontario get together monthly. I think it's the third Thursday of each month. And we just talk about things, the mutual concerns. Sometimes it's campaign related. Sometimes it's pandemic related, provincial government related. There's a number of topics that we cover just to keep each other in the loop. And it's amazing. Somebody will say something and it's like an aha moment. And then you start thinking about it and you follow up afterwards. And then it's something that we can either adapt for our use or use it right away or not use it at all. So it's, we all know that communities across Ontario are different, but it's really good to see what other United Ways are doing, what they're doing creatively.
Yeah, for sure. Dare I ask about the government? You brought it up first. They do have a bit of a hand in this, but this is an election year coming up. Do you get nervous about that, or does it typically work in your favor, or is that always a last minute, like what's going to happen there?
I do get nervous. Less so about the provincial government than maybe the federal or the municipal. And here's why. We've only got so many hours in the day on radio. You've only got an hour or so a week. it's hard to compete against candidates and election news and all that when you're also running a United Way campaign. Because, like the last federal election was in the fall. That gets all the headlines, all the front page stories, and then United Way stuff is sometimes buried, and understandably so. People want to know what the election issues are. They want to know about the candidates and whatnot. But it's like you're fighting that extra media piece to get the word out.
To try to get through that.
Right, and you also have people who make contributions to political parties and to elections, and volunteers that go door to door to canvass for votes and whatnot. So that's always a challenge. But like any election, there's perhaps a new opportunity, and after the election, there's new things that we could possibly look forward to.
Well, let's hope so. Not just for the United Way's sake, quite honestly. I think most nonprofits, charities get nervous that rely on some government support. And, is it going to be blue or red or orange, or what color is it going to be this time? And of course, lots of different ideas out there. But United Way, at least Sarnia-Lambton, seems to really know how to push through all of that. You've got a great set of board members. You've got your team, your office team, I guess you'd call it. Everybody seems to be in sync, and looking back, I don't think you and I would have thought that we'd be still talking about the P word because we started this 2 years ago almost. Right. In March, it'll be 2 years we've been going through the pandemic, right? Are you happy with the results that the United Way's been able to pull off, considering?
Absolutely. When you look at the amount of new donors we had this year over last, the hundreds of people who gave more this year than last, and there was about 220 people who gave more this year than last. And then there was about 36 people who gave more than once during 2021.
Oh, okay.
So when you look at all that and some of the partnerships we've had, not only with agencies, but with local businesses to help raise money, we're very, very pleased, and we're grateful to the community for them to have their faith and their confidence in United Way that we could take their money and best use it in our community for that population and for those agencies that are both most in need. So we're grateful, and we never, ever take it for granted.
Yeah, awesome. And you keep those programs local. The money stays local. That's always important for the viewers to know as well. David, thank you so much. Wow, it seems like we're just going to have to start the United Way show. Take the whole hour for you, because I know there's always lots to go on. Before I let you go and move on, is there any final words, my friend?
I don't think so. We've already, as we talked, started to work on the 2022 campaign. Yeah. And we're already slightly ahead of last year's pace already. Awesome. That's mostly late donations or people want to get it in early before trips or whatnot. So we're off to a good start. Vicky Ducharme is going to chair the campaign again this year, so she knows about campaigning. She lives in rural Lambton, so she knows how some of the issues that face those folks. So I'm looking forward to 2022. Again, we learned a lot from online giving, and I think that's only going to improve our efficiency, and we're going to raise more money through that avenue.
Well, let's hope so. And we'll keep you. We're going to keep letting you come back here, and maybe you could bring Rebecca or somebody one of these times. I don't know. Or are they just camera shy?
Well, they are camera shy.
Right. All right. We'll let your handsome face keep coming back then, David.
Right. Thanks so much, David.
Always a pleasure. And we're due again soon, as soon as they let us. All right.
You bet. Can't wait.
Right. Take care. Dave Brown, our friend and executive director from United Way Sarnia-Lambton. Lots of positive reports. I mean, did come up a little bit short than they planned, but they are super, super grateful for all the support that this community gives them. And if you want to find out more about how you can give or be a part of the United Way and support them, there's their website on the screen. And they also have listed all of the organizations that they were able to continue to support this year as well. Lots of information there on their new website. I know Dave's very proud of that website, and he should be. It's come together very well. Thanks again, Dave. We'll look forward to seeing you next month. All right. Well, it wasn't that long ago, boy, we had Lambton County Library on here talking about reading and the importance of that. And now we're doing it again, and she's back. It seems like forever. Tracy Pound from Literacy Lambton. Thanks so much for being here, Tracy.
Hey, thanks for having me back again.
You're welcome. It wasn't really that long ago. Maybe it was longer than I think, but it's nice to see you back because it means that Literacy Lambton is staying active in the community.
Well, you know what, we're having a lot of fun. Of course, we just came off of Give a Book, which is, there's always great things, to tell the community and to be part of. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like a mind-blowing, awesome year, because everybody in our community was just so incredibly generous. And we like exceeded our 3,000 goal. And I didn't really, I thought that was a little lofty that I had maybe made it that large,
right.
But you know what?
Well, if you don't ask.
Yeah, that's right. You don't ask, you don't get.
And we're definitely in the community that loves to give. So that's fantastic news to hear. Of course, I know you and what you're all about, but I think most people, they hear Literacy Lambton, they just hear, okay, we're learning to read. But there's really so much more with Literacy Lambton. Share that with our viewers.
Well, absolutely. I mean, our reason for being is we help, our ministry program helps with adults, and it's reading, writing, math, basic computers, and digital knowledge, which is, really so important these days.
Yeah.
The other side of what we do is, kind of, I'm not sure if everybody knows that we're also a charity, and our mission is we do a lot of things on our mission side, which is programs like Give a Book, and we have National Family Literacy Day that is coming up. It's every year, January 27th. Mark it in your calendar. Dead of winter in Canada.
Right.
Which always kind of makes me laugh, because I always think, what kind of interesting theme are they going to come up with this year? Because last year it was traveling the world together. And of course it was very apropos because nobody was traveling anywhere. So it was like using books to travel the world together. So this year, again, they were thinkers because they decided that we would celebrate learning in the great outdoors is this year's theme. So, getting out there and making family time. Oh, there you go. Outdoor time, family learning time. So that's the big overarching theme this year. And we met really early this year, early on in Lambton County Library, and a lot of different partners. And we were trying to make a big splash. This was back in I think October. And then of course, you get what you get, you don't get upset. So we've decided that, we would just kind of modify it a little bit because we didn't necessarily want to gather in large groups.
Okay.
So, just kind of whetting everybody's appetite, because maybe next year we'll be out of all of this, and then we'll come back with a great big event. But still, like, so much fun to be had. So
yeah. Well, you know what? I really like the family aspect. I mean, my kids are grown now, but reading especially at a young age, and we were talking with Lambton County Library last week, I think, a couple weeks ago. And we kind of talked about how reading really is a family thing, or it should be rather, when the children are young, right? And I think she said something about wanting to have read I forget how many thousands of books by age 5, and I was just blown away by the number, right? But it doesn't have to be anything outrageous, right? It doesn't have to be a difficult book. It can be a 5-page book, as long as we're really exercising the brain, I guess, is really the purpose in all this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so you've just provided a wonderful little segue. I'm going to just share with everybody some of the plans that we do have.
Sure.
So were you talking with Venetia at Library?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So Venetia was kind enough. The library is lending us what is called a pop-up story walk. And so we have some permanent story walks. And so do you know what a story walk is?
I don't.
So a story walk is a book or a story that you read as you walk. So they're spaced out. And so each page you will read a story of the book as you go along. And so there are, in case you didn't know, there are some permanent story walks here in Lambton County, which we're very, very lucky to have. So one is at Canadair Park by the accessible playground, the Port Franks Asabo River Cut Conservation Area, Moortown just at the sports complex there, and Port Franks Community Center. So those are all the year-round permanent story walks. They're switched out twice a year, so it's not always the same story. But what the library is doing is they're lending us a pop-up story walk. And the pop-up story walk is going to be put up on January 27th, right outside of our Literacy Lambton headquarters. We are at McGibbon Park. We're located downtown, just outside of the Lochiel Kiwanis Community Center at College and George. And what we'll be doing is we'll be putting that around kind of the perimeter of the park. The book is so cool. I'm so excited about this. It's from a local author. It's the author's from Kettle Stony Point, and her name is Bridget George. And the book is called It's a Matig. And the idea is it guides young readers through the forest while introducing them to Ojibwe words for nature.
Oh, nice.
And so super cool, super fun. And so you'll be able to walk along and read each page. And we're also going to have some goodies outside for you to take home. So we'll be having a pop-up story walk. But of course, you know, you can always take advantage and get outside any day. As far as like overall, ABC Life Literacy is it puts together Family Literacy Day every year. And for more information about fun ideas or, you know, some downloadable resources, you can go to familyliteracyday.ca. And there's another event that they're having. If you're kind of, I feel like you're cheating if you kind of do this indoor event, but you know, it's the honorary Family Literacy Day chair is children's author Barbara Reed. And I don't know if you know Barbara Reed. Do you know Barbara Reed?
I've heard the name, and that's why, but I don't know much about her. But that name stands out for some reason.
Yes. So she's famous for taking, and I don't know if it's molding clay or plasticine that she uses, what it's technically called, but she's famous for using molding clay and plasticine to do the images in the pages of her book. And her Zoe books, which quite fittingly were Zoe's Rainy, Sunny, Snowy, and Windy Day, was kind of a family fave. Kids loved it when they were little. Lots of bright pictures. So Barbara Reed is doing a Zoom event, and there's quite a few spots. So you can register through familyliteracyday.ca to join in the Zoom event, and you can join Barbara and learn how to do this. Okay,
very cool. I think maybe Venetia might have mentioned that. That might be where I heard it, or maybe the pottery rings a bell. But anyway, that just sounds it's creative. Right. And I like how this all kind of works together. You know, the outdoor theme, I mean, I know, especially right now, but it's snowing today.
Yes, you know what? This is like picture perfect for Family Literacy Day. It really is, you know, getting out. There's probably a million different ways that you can get outdoors and do some literacy building activities, you know, given the lovely fluffy snow we have.
Well, I'll tell you what's really interesting. I don't know if you know this. I discovered this. Did you know that you can not only get a book at your library, you can get snowshoes?
I do know that. I actually, strangely enough, my neighbor popped over to bring me some bread the other day, and I told her that she could do that, and she was like, "No way, you can get snowshoes." I said, "Yeah, like it's amazing what your library card will do."
Get the book, do Family Literacy Day. Go get the snowshoes, put it all together. And, you know, not only is I say reading is fundamental. There used to be a commercial way back when I was a kid. It was reading is fundamental. Reading can be just so much fun, and really not just exercising the mind, but creating some memories with your kids, getting out there and going, you know, like I remember my mom doing that. We'd go to Moortown Museum, and then we go here, and we did just to create those memories. And if you can make it fun, you know, maybe you got to bribe the kids with some hot chocolate to get outside, but who doesn't like hot chocolate and a good book?
Absolutely. And if Venetia was on with you, here's another little plug because it's ending just after Family Literacy Day. But I think this is such a great campaign in our county.
Yeah.
When you bring the kids indoors, all rosy cheeked from, being outdoors, sit down with some paper and start making some Valentines, because Valentine cards are being accepted at our library branches up until February the 1st. And what they're doing is they're distributing them out to the long-term care facilities in Lambton
awesome.
County. And I just think that's just great. It's a great way to practice a writing activity with your kids. And I mean, oh my gosh, those seniors will just love that.
Oh, yes. Yes, because I don't even know if do they still do that in school. We used to get excited, it was like you'd buy all the Valentine's cards and maybe you gave it to that girl you had a crush on in grade 3 or whatever. Right? But it's creative though too. So a little bit of craftiness in there, and passing that around to different generations. What a great idea.
One last plug, and this is just for one of our other partners. So if you're a parent of littles, like really little, Early On has got all kinds of great stuff going on. Yes, the Family Literacy Day calendar, you can find that on their Facebook page or also on their website. And there's some really great ideas. But in addition to that, they actually have I'm just going to read a couple of the things that they're doing. They're encouraging families to join virtually from their indoor fort to share some stories together. They're providing kits for families with the writing tools, the paper, the envelopes, the glue, the stickers, all that good stuff to create some notes and Valentines. So, back to the Valentine idea, they're doing outdoor scavenger hunt with a little list. And on Saturdays, they're hosting Family Literacy Day events based on a book. So the families, you have to register your family for the event. Then you're given a little package that contains a book that they're going to, like a special book of the day, and then a whole bunch of activities that you can do to kind of build on the book that you're reading. And really the main message is for parents to engage with their children with the materials rather than, maybe getting away from the screen time. And so early on, I would highly recommend, if you're kind of at a loss, they're just a great place to go to register your kids and check out all their virtual programs.
Awesome. So many great community partners getting involved in this, and not just on Family Literacy Day, ongoing. We did talk about you last week. Kind of led up to this this whole program, and it just seems like a lot of work's gone into making this fun and creative, so that seemed like reading a book isn't so much of a chore. I remember sometimes it could feel, I got to read that book, right? But if you can put some fun into it and do it together with family, hence Family Literacy Day, right, Tracy?
Absolutely. And family literacy is built every day through everyday activities and not just books. It could be making recipes together. It could be going on scavenger hunts, naming signs. It's about talking to your kids about the world around them and engaging them in everyday activities.
Absolutely. Tracy, thank you so much for coming back. And again, the invitation is always wide open. Thanks for keeping me informed with what's going on so we can get you here. Any final words before I let you get back to your day?
Just, I guess, one last plug, familyliteracyday.ca is the official website. This year's theme being learning in the great outdoors. If you happen to be on social media, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn at Literacy Lambton. You can find us there. We also have our website, literacylambton.org. And just a shout out and a thanks to all the community partners for coming together. And, we all have great plans and great ideas for the community. And, we just lots of places to build on, right?
Absolutely.
Only up.
I can tell you love it too. You smile every time you're here talking about it. So thanks for all your hard efforts as well, Tracy.
Well, thank you. And thanks again for having me. It's always a pleasure chatting with you.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy. Enjoy the rest. Go get a shovel.
You know what? I'm going to go do snow angels. I seriously, would the neighbors find me weird if I just like flop down in the fluff?
Take some pictures, post it on Facebook, right?
Okay. I'll send it to you, David.
Do it. Please do. All right. Take care, Tracy.
All right. Take care.
Tracy's headed out to make snow angels. That's not weird at all. There's nothing wrong with going out and having fun. Maybe you'll encourage the neighbors to come out there too. And if they think you're weird, oh well, who cares? Boy, what a great idea. Family Literacy Day. And of course, Literacy Lambton working hard to promote that and, engage with other community partners here just to make it a fun event, as we talked about. Great having Tracy here joining me again as well. And I'm sure she'll be back. One more final plug there. We'll just say, check them out, literacylambton.org. And of course, Family Literacy Day, this is Thursday, January the 27th. You can get all the information there on their website. All right, just a reminder one more time. Tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be live on Facebook with Colin Vanden Heuvel from Preferred Towing and star of Heavy Rescue 4 along with star from Heavy Rescue 401, Andrew Vink of Herb's Towing. And then tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern, it is the season 6 premiere of Heavy Rescue 401. Be sure to watch that for sure. Thanks to all of you. As always, that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I'm going out to play in the snow. I'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now.